evening. I'm not going to talk about anything fun tonight. I'm going to talk about work that turns into careers that turn into retirement, and then we'll all be dead. Tonight we're going to talk about assets of our community. We're going to talk about the opportunities to utilize those assets, and then we're going to talk about a solution that we have that might just help our economy and our community. We're going to talk about the Catalyst Campus. I'm alumni of 1990, so everything I say is a product of what we see here today. We have 5 military bases here. They're scary places with scary people, but the fact of the matter is if you can sneak up there without getting shot, there's opportunity growing on trees. Billions and billions. We have an asset to the north of us, Denver. We shouldn't have feeding them, we should be feeding us, right? We should be enjoying their fruits. We have an international airport 80 miles to the north of us. We have a great opportunity to utilize that asset. We have one of the most highly educated workforce in all of the country, and yet the youth, the people being educated here are leaving, or they're not even being educated here and they're not coming back. A lot of us parents are very sad about that. A lot of us don't know that we have a command and control satellite operation, Gravity Zero, right here. We are the epicenter of the world. It is where technology's going, it's where advancement's going, and we have it right here. We just need to figure out how to utilize that asset. 225 aerospace engineering firms, thousands of jobs, over 80,000 on the average of base salary. Great opportunities to work, right? Work. But we're not collaborating. We're not enjoying each other. We're not helping each other grow as much as we could. We have a downtown, wonderful downtown. Some of you, I'm sure, have been there. And yet, right, we have raw land. We have buildings that are boarded up. We have opportunities ripe for our community to be improved. All of these, but we're not capitalizing on them. We want to talk about some of the solutions of maybe what we can do with these assets that we're not currently taking the advantage of. And that is the Catalyst Campus. How can we sustain economic growth? For those of you my age or older, we've seen ups and downs. I've seen 3 of them. Boom, bust, boom, bust. We need to level. We need to grow, but grow steady and sustainable. We need to do that through taking these aerospace engineering firms and taking the technology transfer them over to the civilian world, to the commercial world, away from the governmental world. And yet the governmental is a great place to launch opportunity and technology because they'll pay for things that are not commercially viable. Aero firefighting, right? Today we track forces. We track our blue forces in theater and in war, and we keep track of our men and no man left behind. Why don't we do that with the firefighting? Why don't we go track the firefighters and find out where they're at and where the fire's going? We can do that. We can do that right now. The technology exists, we're just not utilizing it. Headquartered companies. Sierra Nevada just announced 2,100 jobs over 5 years, right? Where are the profits going? Where are the profits of all these jobs going? They're leaving our community. Who's supporting our nonprofits and our charities? Who's helping all of our Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts? The profits off of those jobs. We should grow headquartered companies right here. We should help each other grow. Help each other, right? In technology. It's real-time needs for the industry that we need to educate. We have tens of thousands of students today in higher education, and yet we have a gap in our community. We have employers saying we just can't fill these jobs. The Catalyst Campus can leave and start where the higher education leaves off. We can fill that gap, real-time industry needs, based around engineering and aerospace. We should unite industry in our workforce, advance technology capabilities across sectors, and forge new partnerships. That is our goals for Colorado Springs. That is our goals using the Catalyst Campus as a platform to launch a new capability in this town. Here's a historic building. It's one of 3 that we'll launch from. We will call it the Catalyst Campus. It is a train station built in 1917, was a technology hub back in its day. We want to make it that again. There's 4 legs to this stool. High-tech collaborative, startup spaces, right? We're going to help engineers launch into companies. We'll provide all the services around to make sure they're successful. We'll have executive suites for companies from 1 person up to floor plates of 10,000 feet. R&D labs that have never been seen in the world, based around the technology that the companies that we have right here have, but are too small to launch. We'll have classrooms that will be very, very specific to educational needs that aren't commercially viable. Maybe only 5 or 10 students go through those. But those 5 or 10 students can then go on to work very hard for the rest of their lives, but get rewarded for that. There's a table over here to the right. You can learn more about it, the boards, the committees, the volunteers, and the things that we're doing for this community. Thank you.